Payments, settings, and integrations. That's what we're going to cover in this course. We separated the course to allow you to take proposals and estimates as a separate course. So we're going to cover everything in here except for proposals and estimates because that should be its own course. We're going to get through this. Once you're done with this, I recommend taking proposals and estimates. All you need to do to be able to utilize the payments is to set up your integrations. I'm going to click on integrations. You just need to select a payment processor. It could be NMI, authorized.net, Stripe, or you also have access to PayPal as well. Stripe is the most common, strongly recommended, works really great with the system. Authorized Net, if you're utilizing your banking service, that's a great payment processor as well. The first thing you want to do is connect that payment processor so you can collect those payments. The next thing we want to do is go into settings. Now, I'm going backwards here on a few things because we need to make sure that we have these things into play. Integrations will be under payments, payments and settings will be under settings. This is going to be very important if you want to provide receipts and you want to enable sales receipts for payments. You can title it receipt, give it a prefix, start your receipt number at a certain number, and utilize the default template or select a template of your own. If you turn this on, that means that they will receive a receipt upon any type of payment. When you select taxes, this is where you would add your tax. So if you charge tax for your products or services, this is where you would just give it a name, give it a rate, let's just say 8.25%, give it a description, and you can put in your tax ID number, your EIN number, or any other tax number that you use in order to track your taxes. Once you get your credit card processor integrated, you have your tax settings. Now it's time to add some products. You should in your business have a list of products already or services that you are offering. Once you have that list ready, you're then ready to add those products into the system. We want to add the products first before we start doing invoices and estimates and proposals, because we want to make sure that we have all of your products in play. If you are using Stripe already, you can import a product from Stripe. I can select the import button. I can select any kind of product I may have already had here in Stripe. We can just select a price point or a product and we can add it right here. We can add the setup fee if there's a setup fee or any other information. And we'll go ahead and import the product and price. Once the product comes in, you'll land on the product information tab. It's going to bring in everything that it could possibly bring in from Stripe. And you can come down here and edit this. You can create different titles, descriptions. You could put an image with your product. Is it a physical good? Is it a digital good? Is it a service you offer? Then right here, you can see it's reoccurring. This price is yearly. You could just set this to one time. Any additional options, you could add a price description. Is this a membership offer? If you've done courses or if you are going to add this to a course, this is where you would select this and select the course that you might be adding this offer to. When they purchase this, it'll grant them permission to the course. And then you'll see right here any additional information, the Stripe product ID, and what it's brought in. One little button at the very top is going to be the online store. So if you're selling a physical product and you're bringing those in from Stripe, this is going to be included in your website online store. You want to turn this on. And when you turn this on, you're going to see a variants pop up where you can go in and edit that product. What this does is for the online store, allows variants, things like what size and what color, where you can add some details and pricing points related to that product. We go over that in e-commerce, so you can learn more about that. Then you'll see your additional information, and it just brings you back down to the additional information of where that product is. And that's how you bring in a product that's imported in from Stripe. More than likely, if you're not using Stripe, this is where you would come in and create a brand new product. You can always come back in and edit this. So maybe you haven't done the e-commerce, you're not planning on doing e-commerce, but you change your mind later. You can come in and edit this to turn this on at a later date. We definitely want to give your product, whether it be a product or service, a title. Anything related to that product can go in here as well. Complete description, links or URLs. You can create even a table in here. Maybe there's some benefits in here and you can edit the table. You can also add a URL link. When you come down here, this is where you can upload a file from your media file of your product images. So you may want to go into settings, media, and create a product file folder to upload the images of your product or images that you want to use to showcase. Then you'll see right here the product type is going to be physical goods, digital goods, service. Same thing as we did on the import. The only difference is you don't see the Stripe ID at the bottom. You're just importing a brand new product. You want to give your product a price. So if it's a service, if it's a one-time service, this is where you would add that. Is it a reoccurring product? You would add that. Reoccurring again, meaning monthly, yearly, or maybe this product has a couple of payments. So for example, if you sell a product for $2,000 and you're allowing them to make 10 $200 payments or 4 $500 payments, you definitely want to select reoccurring. You would put in the amount here at $2,000 and you could set the billing period. Is this going to be monthly, weekly, daily, yearly, or do you need to set a custom parameter? For example, if this was a $2,000 product and you were going to accept payments on a weekly basis, you could do pay period weekly. Then you would put the number of payments. If it was $2,000 and we did it for 10 weeks, we would have 10 monthly payments in here. You can also set trial periods and setup fees as well. When I go down to additional information, this is where you could put in the description, 10 weekly payments of $200 for a total of $2,000. The other thing that you can do here is if you have created a membership course, you can now include that membership offer here by selecting the dial and then selecting the specific course. You can also add another price. They could have two different options. Where would this come into play as a great example? Let's say this was a monthly price of $200. We could add the monthly price here, and we could add a reoccurring yearly price. You can have a monthly and a yearly related to that sample product. Here you'll see it just toggles between product information and pricing, and now we've added these two pricing, reoccurring monthly, reoccurring yearly, and we can save. Definitely give your product a name. Let's just say monthly. We'll just say yearly as an example. I'll go ahead and select save. Let's give it a product name. We'll just call this product 1 and then we'll hit save. Now I have product 1 entered. Once you have it saved and set up as your product, you can sync this with your Stripe and PayPal account. If you created a product in Stripe, this would have already been brought in. But if you wanted to bring this into your Stripe or PayPal account, you can now sync this product so it also shows up inside of your Stripe and PayPal account. Once we select save, I'm going to go ahead and go back. We're now starting to fill up a price list, which is great. So product 1 has 2 prices, products has 1 price, and package has 1 price. Again, if you put service or digital, whatever your product type is would show here. How do you edit when you put your price in? Once you've selected your price, all you've got to do is select edit. When you click edit, this is where you can go back if you decide you want to put it in your online store. If you didn't mean to put service, maybe it's a physical good, you can change all of that right here. You can make any updates and bring it in. What you'll want to do right now is make sure that you stop and go in and take the time to put in all of your products. This is going to help you as we go along through the training so that way you have everything set up. So if you haven't set up your integrations, your tax settings, or your products, now would be a great time to add in all your products. Who doesn't like to use coupons? Coupons are great, especially when it comes to marketing. You can market your products by pushing out a coupon in an email or a text campaign or a social media post. And you can use coupons to track those marketing efforts, along with adding a discount to some of those base products and pricing modules. When you get into payments, you'll see the coupons option right here, and you can see it'll sort by all active, scheduled, and expired. So we'll just create a coupon. I'm going to call it coupon. We'll create a coupon code. I'll say it's going to be coupon. What is the discount type? There are two types of discounts that you would have. One would be a percentage off coupon, and one would be a fixed coupon. Let's say, for example, if you're offering that $2,000 product and you want to do a one-time 10% off or 50% off to make it 1,000, that's where you would do a percent to do 50%, 10%, 20%. If it's a fixed coupon and you're selling an item for 2,000, and you want to sell it for 1,000, you could set the fixed coupon to be a specific amount, like $50. We'll go ahead and do a percent coupon. We're going to offer a 50% discount. You could easily start the date from the date that you're making the coupon. You can select a specific start time. You could do an end date and an end time. The main one that you must have that's required is the start date. If you're not going to do this, let's say until a Black Friday, or maybe it's a New Year or a February campaign promo, this is where you would start the date and have that set up based on the date of your campaign. You can limit the total number of times the coupon can be redeemed. For example, the first 100 customers that get this product, or the first 25, you can limit it to the first 100 customers who sign up, get this coupon code, and once those 100 sign up, the coupon code is gone. You can also limit to selected products on which the coupon can be applied. So when you check this, you can select the product. Because the other two we had were reoccurring, we can only select the package one, which was a one-time price. Coupons currently only work on one-time price products, not reoccurring products. Let's go ahead and create our coupon code. Now we've got our coupon code. You will be able to see when that expires, if we had put an expiration date, when it was scheduled, if you scheduled for a specific date. But right now we've got a simple active coupon. Adding coupons to your products and services is a great way to track things. If you're doing an SMS marketing campaign, an email marketing campaign, create a customized coupon for each of those campaigns to be able to market that to your customers. That's how you create a coupon, by just going in and creating the coupon, giving the coupon a name, a code, a type, and the start date, the start time, the end time, and the end date, with options of how many coupons you want to use and which products you want to apply those coupons to. And that's how you set up coupons. Transactions, subscriptions, and orders all help you manage what's been purchased or what's coming. I'm showing you a sample transaction. So once you start to fill out your transactions and people are buying, you're going to see the new invoice, the reoccurring templates, transaction dates, amounts. You'll see if it's succeeded, passed, or failed. You can change the status here as well by filtering through all of your payments, what's been refunded, what's pending. You can also see the payment mode. Was it a live or a test mode? The source type being, was it from a funnel, a website, an invoice, a calendar, a text to pay, mobile, or a membership? You can use the filter really easily inside of the transactions. You can also refresh as well. There's also subscriptions in here. You can filter the same way again by status. Are they trial? Are they active? Is it overdue, unpaid, canceled? Payment mode, live or test, and source type. Where did they come from? A funnel, a website, or a membership. Remember, subscriptions are reoccurring payments. Orders would be any orders that had been placed. When we select status, you'll be able to see, was it completed? Was it canceled? Is it pending? If you created an invoice and it was sitting there, it's not a subscription, it hasn't been paid, you're going to see it as an open or pending payment. Orders, subscription, and transactions are going to help you manage all of the details from pending to outstanding to successful payments. The final thing that you can do that's going to be really helpful if you're utilizing Excel spreadsheets or Google Sheets is being able to download the full transaction list, download your subscription list, or download your order list. Just by clicking this little icon to download, it will prepare the download and it'll send it over when it's done. You'll get this in an email as soon as it's done. It's very simple to just click the button to get that download. That's transactions, subscriptions, and orders. So once you start getting paid and once you start creating those invoices and getting the invoices out, you're going to be ready to start seeing these reports and be able to export them and effectively manage your payments all across the board. Setting up your invoice and creating an invoice once you have your products and your coupons ready is easy. And you'll be in invoicing. You can go and select all invoices. That's where you usually land. Then you see reoccurring templates and your regular templates. What I would do is create an invoice template based on your package or your program or your product. Then you have a template that you can continue to use. In here, you'll see we created a template that's set up for a specific package. All you'll want to do is select a new template. Give the template a name. You can call it whatever your package is. You can select your logo for your invoice. It'll show you right here the build to the invoice, all the information, your company information in the top right. Then you would select add the product, select product 1, 2. Let's do package 1. This is a one-time product. Then we can add any of our notes, terms and conditions, refund policy, exchange policy, any other details related to this product or service you can put inside this nifty little box. You can change the font type size. You can change how the font is read. You can even change the font itself. And anytime you put your terms and conditions in here, you can easily highlight the terms and conditions and add a link to your term and condition. Once you add a link, it'll ask you to add a new window or same window. I recommend leaving it in the new window. You can also add some fun custom values. So you can add invoice custom values related. You'll see there's invoice custom values. You can add your own custom values that you may have already set up. Once you're done adding the package, you just hit save and you'll see your invoice template ready to go. You can edit it, you can use it one time, or you can use reoccurring. Once you have all of your invoice templates set up based on your packages, your programs, or your products, when I click reoccurring, it's now creating this template. Let me add a new template. Let's add a new reoccurring product. We'll call this monthly, and let me call this my reoccurring template for monthly plan. And we'll go ahead and select save. Now I've got a package. I've got a couple of templates for one time, and I've got a template for my reoccurring time. Then all you need to do when you're ready to create a new invoice is you can come into your templates. You can say reoccurring template for monthly plan. You could say use this for reoccurring or use this for a one-time. I recommend labeling your reoccurrings and your one-time just to be a little bit organized on your templates. But let's say I'm going to use this for my reoccurring. Now I'm in the new reoccurring template. When I create a new template like this, I give it a new name basically I will put the customer information or whatever information is related to the actual client that I'm billing. This would be take me to the reoccurring. I'm going to go ahead and leave here. If I go to my template and I wanted to do a one-time, I could say one-time use. It now takes me to a new invoice where I could put the contact's name, the client's name, or the package and the client's name here. And now I've created a new invoice. So adding templates is really fun. It makes it easy to continue to reuse whichever templates you'd like. I like to do these based on products or package offerings because then you don't have to recreate a new invoice each time. Let's go into all invoices. You'll see right here, there's a new invoice in draft. You can, from the all invoices, select new invoice. You can go to reoccurring templates. You can create a new invoice here or a new reoccurring template as well. Then you can go back to your templates to utilize this one. Let's go ahead and just create a new reoccurring. We'll do this for new reoccurring template. Then we would select frequency. How often is this a monthly? Select the date of the month, the start date of the reoccurring invoice, the end date, if there's an end date. Select the reoccurring image that you would like to use for your reoccurring. We'll go ahead and save. We've got our logo. We'll go ahead and set this up to the date. This would be the 12th. This will be once a month. There's never an end date. Send invoice 5 days in advance or 2 days in advance. Now you've got your reoccurring set up for your new template. Again, put your customer name in here. Anytime you go to select save, if you're missing details, it's going to tell you which details we need to add. So we will add a customer and you will see the pay button, the product. You can add any additional products here. You can add any additional notes here as well. Then we can go ahead and save it. I'm saving this because I just want to leave it in a draft. So let me go back here and we'll go ahead and leave. I didn't want to schedule it to make it go live because it's not a real invoice. When we go to reoccurring template, it says new reoccurring template. This is the customer. They are billed every month and it is in draft. We can edit it to bring it live. We can then clone it to make another copy of that same invoice if we'd like to, maybe change the product. And now we've got a reoccurring template and we've got a regular template. All we need to do now is actually sell something and then create a reoccurring template based on the product if it's reoccurring, or add a new product based on the new product. That would then become an order. If I go to invoices and you see all invoices, this would show you that a new invoice has been created. If the status was pending or paid, it would all of a sudden start to show up in our orders, our subscriptions, and our transactions. Once the invoice has been paid, there we go. We can even take a past invoice that maybe we did already and convert it into a template as well. So you can clone it, you can convert it as a template, you can reuse it, or you can now have this customer's invoice ready to go, send it, and get paid. We'll just create a new invoice again. This one would be the same. I would need to go in, set my logo, setting a new invoice. Let's go ahead and select this person. Let's add our package one. We're going to select save. It'll show the amount due. I'll go ahead and save this. Here is where we can send the invoice. So once you have your invoice created, your customer named, right here, you can copy and mark as sent, and we can go ahead and send this invoice. It comes into their email. They click the link to pay the invoice, and you will see it in your transactions. If it's reoccurring, you'll see it in your subscriptions. If it's any orders, you'll see it right here as tracking a single submission in the orders section. That's how you create an invoice being reoccurring or a template, or adding a new invoice on the go, ready to go and get paid. The invoicing system is very easy to use. Just make sure you're sending it to the right contact, that you have it set up, and take advantage of utilizing invoice templates. It makes it a lot easier to continue to send out the same invoices based on different products and services that you offer. Once you have all of your payments and information set up, It's very easy on the mobile app to select invoicing and invoice on the go as well. And if you're using Stripe, you can utilize text to pay, tap to pay, ACH payments, all Stripe related payment features. There are 3 places that you can use your products in: memberships, funnels, and websites. You can easily go into memberships and create offers inside of memberships. So if you created an offer inside of memberships, it would show the source of the membership and the item once you create an offer. In memberships, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create offers. This is where you create an offer inside a membership. Creating a membership offer is very easy to do, and it will track and link inside of your orders, subscriptions, or transactions. The other place that you want to be able to add or use your products is going to be when it comes to funnels and websites. Let me select this funnel and I'm going to select edit. If I were looking at a page to where I wanted to attach that product, you would just select the add elements. When you scroll down, you want to make sure that you have a 1-step order form or a 2-step order form. This is where you would then add it to your page. Now, if I go back into the website or the funnel, we want to make sure that you attach that product to the website and funnel. The way you attach that is by selecting the products button. This is where you would add that specific product that you would have listed and the specific price, whether it was a monthly, a yearly, or a one-time. Then you could save it and now your product would show up. If I were to preview, you're going to see these 2 products here. If I were to preview either the website or the funnel, you would see right here that my package options are here. Remember that coupon code we added? This is where you would put that coupon code, type in the coupon code, and be able to apply the coupon code discount. Remember, coupon codes work for currently only one-time payments, coming soon, reoccurring. That's where you go in and add your coupon code. Makes it really fun. All that hard work that we did in creating the coupon code and the products is now easily seen on any website, whether it be a 1-step or a 2-step order form. The same thing goes for websites. If you wanted to add a product to a website page, you can drag and drop elements here, but inside your website page, when you go to advanced, this is where you would put your form options and you would create a website driven product right from here. It's not dragging and dropping the product, but you can easily create a product inside your website specifically for this. Once the product has been purchased from your website, it will track and read into your invoicing and payments. You can do some fun things when you click on this order form right here by showing shipping details. You would select an item and a price right here that would show up. Then you can enable a postal code for security, enable cart mode, enable a product description if you're adding in products. If you were creating an online store and you had all of your products listed and ready to go, this is where you would go into your website, add your store, and then add the products to your store. Any products that you created that you put inside of your website store. Remember when we did this, we selected include an online store. This product will show up in your website in the online store. When they purchase it, you will be able to see those store transactions inside of your transaction. When you go into your website, if you're not using a store, you can add an invoice here. You would just customize a 1-step or a 2-step order form, and you would need to drag and drop that, and you would have to create a new product right here. If I were to go and just add a 1-step order form, you would see right here under advanced that I would need to create the information and set this up. The second it's purchased, it will show up in your transactions. I really recommend using the online store. And using funnel pages to add products, it makes it so much easier. So many new and fun things are happening with invoices, proposals, and estimates, and it's all able to be automated inside of automation. So you definitely want to check back here. But let me get you started on showing you different workflow options that you can do with the payments. So we'll just go in here and we will create a workflow. I'll do one from scratch and let me show you some of the payment triggers. Payment received is the first trigger. If somebody makes a payment, we can then add filters and create automations based on those packages. When you add your trigger, you can add triggers for global product, payment status, source. So you can select the source. Did they buy it from a calendar purchase, a funnel, an invoice, or a website? You can even do the payment status. Is the payment status failed or success? Once you do the payment received, so you can do a payment received trigger. You can do product triggers. If a product was granted access to, you can have products here. We can also set a trigger for a specific invoice. The invoice status is sent, paid. You can create triggers based on when you sent an invoice. So anytime you send an invoice, what do you want it to do? If we go ahead and send an invoice, we can also add a tag. I'm just going to save this right here. The invoice was sent. What do we want to do next? Right here, let's go ahead and type in invoicing. We can even trigger if we have another workflow to send an invoice based on a previous action. We can send them an invoice. We'll scroll down here and I'll show you all of the tools for payments. Stripe one-time charge, sent an invoice, or send proposal and estimates. There's a lot of great things that you can do with payments, and it's only growing. You can create a workflow based on each of the product packages that you have. Each workflow may have different instructions based on the products or services that you offered. Adding a payment received and selecting it to a global product is also another great way to add a workflow trigger as well. I like to do automations based on purchased product, especially if you're offering a service or a digital product, because you can set your workflow to ignite based on that payment and send instructions. You can send emails. The first email could be a thank you for your purchase. Here's how to use our product or service, or how to access our product or service, or tips on buying our products and service. It allows them to get that instant email besides just getting a receipt, so they don't have buyer's remorse. They're very happy they signed up. You've emailed them right away or within a minute of their purchase. You're also maybe making a welcome call or a thank you call for purchasing, or what are the next steps based on purchasing your product or service. Utilizing workflows is definitely a must when it comes to payments. So if you haven't done so yet, go add your payment integration, set up your taxes, set up your coupons, set up your products, and start sending those invoices out. And you can check your transactions, subscriptions, and orders, and manage all of your payments right inside your software.